Spiritual gatekeeping refers to the act of controlling or restricting access to spiritual knowledge, experiences, or communities. This often manifests in several ways, such as asserting exclusive spiritual knowledge, creating rigid criteria for participation, criticizing other spiritual practices, and protecting the integrity of spiritual traditions. Spiritual gatekeeping can create barriers to personal growth and foster elitism. It can turn spirituality into an exclusive club where only a select few hold the true answers. In my time with various groups, I've seen a lot of gatekeeping in a lot of different forms. This following narrative is my favorite example. In this particular instance, I was getting to know a new community, a heathen community. They had given me a nickname. Let's just say Bob for the purposes of the narrative. They were calling me Bob, okay? So I'm talking to one of the figureheads, we can call her. Well, her title was Lady of the Hall. And she was the only member of this particular kindred, which is just another word for group. That's a heathen term for group. Most kindreds are governed by a chieftain. The Lady of the Hall is sort of, well, they're the partner of the chieftain. They're a figure of authority. This particular Lady of the Hall was the only person in this particular kindred that was allowed to practice any forms of magic within the kindred. I myself had been doing rune divination before I ever met these people. I was interested to learn more about it from people that had more experience than me. This person had told me that I should blood my runes.
They're no good for divination unless you blood them.
Meaning put some of your own blood on them. And I had heard of this other character. Let's just call her Jane for the purposes of this narrative. This other character, Jane, who was a longtime practitioner and used the runes regularly and was the voice of experience on this matter. I had the opportunity to meet this Jane. And she said,
Hi, I am Jane.
And I said, for my name, I said, let's go with Bob. And she did not respond well to that. She was like, well,
if you're not going to give me your actual name, I don't know why I should trust you or talk to you.
File that away, that little bit of information. That's going to be important later. But for this conversation was short. I was like, okay, well, I really only have one question for you. This Lady of the Hall claims that you have to blood runes in order to use them properly for divination. What are your thoughts? What are your insights? And Jane said to me,
for divination, no, it's not necessary because you can divine with almost anything. You can divine with a teacup or whatever. But for other things, yes.
And so I was like, okay, well, what other things? And she, her response was something like,
magic.
Okay, which A is very, very vague. Obviously, you're talking about magic. It was rude and it was vague. But whatever, ultimately not that important. Let's fast forward a little bit. I'm at another one of these heathen gatherings, and Jane is present. I hear tell that she has this practice where she loses consciousness and lets another spirit take over for her. There's more than one term for this. Some people will call it channeling, some people will call it invocation. I don't even remember what she called it, and frankly it doesn't matter, but that's the practice. She claims to have no memory of these events and is not consciously aware of whatever she tells people that come and speak to her when she is the seer. And I asked this person, who is this seer? What's their name? And she said she didn't know their name. She just called them the seer. So here we go. There is a wonderful example of hypocrisy, and especially within gatekeeping. So there's only a couple people that are even allowed to practice magic. The voice of experience, who criticized me for going by a nickname, allegedly allows a spirit into their body, and they don't even know the name of that spirit. Take what you will with that. It's classic gatekeeping. It's not even clever. It's not even well thought out. It's it's BS is what it is. Just be mindful. Watch out for people and their ridiculous rules. Be smart. Be careful. Good luck.